Volleyball. Regent Men's Volleyball. 6 players. 1 team. 1 mission. 1 chance at nationals.
You never know what you're going to get with a new program starting up, but we knew that Coach KT had the experience and then the enthusiasm of the team. You know, it's kind of infectious, and we were, you know, kind of behind that. So it was real exciting.
I think it was super exciting to build something new, and I do think that we built a really strong foundation. There's so many young men on this team that love volleyball and that love the Lord and really bought into what we were doing, yourself included. So many just really godly young men that are excited to continue building the future of Regent volleyball.
Well, Regent University is pursuing an
Regent University will be
NCAA
starting
John's played
membership.
very
The
well
university will begin
today
its application with an
for
exploratory
Regent.
phase during the 2024 to 2025 academic
overnight and takes
year. In
time.
order to gain membership,
awarded
the
to the Royals.
NCAA Division III requires a 4-year onboarding
Quick attack
period.
right there.
If
Not a whole lot
membership
you
is
can do
approved,
in
the
that
university may
athletic
offer additional
facility. Aaron
sports,
Campbell, they're
such
going to
as
set
baseball,
him
softball,
early
and
and
men's
often.
volleyball.
Coach Allen, take 2, soft sticks.
Michael W. Allen, I'm the Director of Athletics here at Regent University. First and foremost, you know, God had a vision that He gave Dr. Robertson, and part of that vision was to create an excellent athletic department here at Regent University to support the core values of Regent, with excellence being one of those. But really, our move going to Division III, there's strategic ways that we have to grow, and adding men's and women's team sports is a part of that growth plan. So we identified pretty quickly that men's volleyball would be one of those team sports that we knew we had to add, and it gave us a men's team sport in the spring season. So really, that's kind of how the whole idea came to fruition.
We had medical forms that we had to turn in to finish our application process to joining the team, and Coach gave us a deadline, and then when we missed that deadline, gave us another deadline. And a large number of the people on the team, myself included, didn't turn them in before the second deadline. So we were given a punishment, which was 46, I think, triple down and backs, which is equivalent about 3.5 miles of sprints that we had to do at the first practice, which was not fun walking into it. But I just went in knowing that I was part of the problem. So we're going to suffer through it and throw up and push through it together as a team. And we ended up doing, I think, eight triples, or a mixture of 8 triple and doubles, which is about a little over half a mile. But we still had some people heaving, me and myself included, heaving into some trash cans, which wasn't fun.
Coach holds us to a certain standard, and when we do not meet that standard, rightfully so, we get consequences, not punishment, but consequences. So there was something that she asked us to do, and we did not follow through, myself included. I think there were several of us, and I think I remember just after the 5th one or whatever, the down and back, I was like, all right, let's do it. It's getting real. We're kind of setting the tone here. We gotta step up and give it our all.
Lucas, what do you think of our first practice?
It was fantastic. It was excellent. I can't wait for this season.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
looking at the beginning of the season, most of the guys have never played a collegiate sport or played volleyball ever before. And so one of the first practices, it was just kind of teaching everyone how to even pass a volleyball.
My name is Caitlin Tutherow, known around here as Coach KT. I am the head men's and women's volleyball coach at Regent University. I think a lot of my mindset had to do with the inexperience because we had a lot of different people coming from a lot of different backgrounds, and I approached the initial part very similar to how we built the girls program, and I felt like it worked well for them. It will probably work well for the men's team as well. So we just worked a lot on ball control and establishing a really good foundation. Like we talked about, like that's what we wanted to do. I think anytime you start anything, you need to start with a good foundation. Like when you're building a house, you don't start with the roof. So we started with a really firm foundation of being disciplined with our serve receive and with our serving and just overall our ball control. And then another piece that we really worked to incorporate that I'm sure you remember very well is just kind of having some mental toughness, doing some really hard things and teaching the team that it's okay to do hard things. Like it's okay for something to be uncomfortable and to be really challenging, but that you're strong and that you can overcome things like that.
And then at the very end, it's so different because you can teach the strategy behind the game. And I think it's just so fun to see all of the boys fall in love with the sport as the season progressed.
Remix. I know.
Jackson, you okay?
My name is Ariel Downer, and my position on the team was a libero.
My name's Keith Larkin. I'm a right side hitter, and I sometimes play all the way around, six rotations.
My name's Colby Yawn, and I would say I'm a setter and an outside hitter.
My name's Preston Nemeti. I'm a middle blocker.
My name is Aubrey Flora, and this season I tended to play a few different roles, but I would say my main role was probably setter.
My name is Aaron Campbell, and my position on the team is outside hitter.
Okay, my name is Joshua Bissell. I am a utility player, which means I play about just anything. I started more as a setter, but I'd say at the end of the season I became a middle back university. Middle blocker. Why did I say middle back? Middle blocker university.
My name is Theydon Roles. I am a middle blocker.
My name is Taylor Mitchell, and I'm the team manager.
My name is, what is my name and what is my position? Am I repeating the answers or the questions? Just say the answers, cool. My name is Jackson Gray. I am a middle blocker.
My name is Maximum LeMan, and I'm part of the practice team on the team, and then I'm one of the sub-in middle blockers.
My name is Lucas Whitman. I am an outside /DS / anywhere coach needs me to be.
Burn it. Jackson, your pants are on fire.
and beat it.
Got it? 1, 2, 3. Hey, I like that one. I really do.
Coach T is one of my biggest supporters. If you don't know that, Coach T is also Damon and my husband. He's just awesome He's a very physical contributor, you know, like we throw him in at practice when we need stuff, and he's also just a really strong male Christian figure, and I felt like that was really important for you guys to have that in your life. And then Coach Jean, she is my rock for sure outside of the Lord. She, I think, helped to keep all of us grounded. She's constantly referring us back to the Lord and what we need to do in regards to keeping things eternal. I think she did a really good job of helping me stay focused on that. I really think that one of the things that kind of has made the women's team special is the fact that we don't just focus on volleyball, and I wanted you guys to have that same experience. So for me, I had a little bit of a shift in my mindset and what I felt like my calling was about 2 summers ago, and I felt like the Lord was telling me that I'm not really just called to be a college coach anymore, that I'm really just called to love people, and He put it on my heart to kind of show my love in a more specific way. Like we talk about that love is a verb. We've done some Bible studies and talked about those things, and so really just kind of showing you guys that I'm here for you guys, and Coach T is here for you guys more so than just volleyball. And I think that you guys interacting with one another off the court is really huge. Like, I want it to feel like a family. I want you guys to want to go to each other's weddings. I want you to invite me to your wedding. Like, I want to be one of the first people you ask for a reference. Like, it's important for me that you guys understand that even if you never see the court all year, or if you're an All-American, whether you perform the best game you've ever had and hit, 600 on our last game, or if you hit negative, like, we still love you aggressively, just like the Lord has called us to, and your performance and the way you play volleyball doesn't have anything to do with that.
Bond, like you said, team bonding. And we also did team dinners this year. What was your favorite part about team dinners?
Definitely Coach T's cooking. He's a great cook. We had hibachi and lasagna, I believe, the 2 team dinners. Oof, yeah, his cooking was great. For both team dinners, I sat next to, like, on the coach's end of the table, which was a little more quiet. So it was really cool to see both Coach KT and Coach Jean and Coach T kind of in a not coaching mindset of just like them hanging out and like decompressing a bit. I think that was really cool.
There was one time I was like, you know what?
One time? There's multiple times.
There was multiple times, but there was literally one time.
Get off your phone. Me and Aaron are best buds.
That's fine.
And I think when you build a program where everyone is family off the court, you play so much better on the court.
I'm going to quote that and put it on the wall. That's for sure going into the documentary.
Oh my goodness. So preseason was so stressful.
Oh, preseason training was fun. It was definitely challenging.
So we had basically daily practice, 4 or 5 days a week. We had a morning practice, and then a usually noontime workout, and then an evening practice at night as well.
It was a little bit rough because I came out of the Christmas break with a little bit of a cold, a little bit of sickness, but it was just so much fun to when your day is eat and sleep and drink volleyball, just to wake up, play volleyball, talk about your faith, and build a relationship with the guys, hop on the game at the end of the night. It was an awesome experience to grow with the guys and then just get a lot better.
Mount Trashmore was very memorable, a lot more memorable than I thought it was going to be. We had to run some laps, and then which were like a mile or 1.2 or something, and then run up and down the stairway, the mountain, if you will, the hill. And that was grueling, but it also like it was kind of invigorating, and it was good to be out there in the cold with my team, and we pushed each other by competing with each other. Nobody wanted to be last, and we kind of I think we all competed with the people who were closest to us. So like I was up in the front with Keith, and I was like, Keith is not, when we're going up and down the stairs, I was like, Keith will not lap me. He will not lap me on these little stair things, and that just helped me push and push.
When we did that, I actually was the last person to finish because I had pneumonia, so I couldn't really breathe while running about 3-4 miles, I think it was. Just 2. That's okay. It felt like 3 and 4 miles when you have pneumonia.
I didn't really work out or condition prior to joining the team.
So during preseason, I was working out before preseason, all that stuff.
So I think with everything that we endured in the Mount Trashmore, that was definitely an eye-opening situation, because I was gassed after every activity we did. Running up and down the Mount Trashmore steps is no joke. Thank goodness we only had to do it one time.
That wasn't as fun, but it was one of those first experiences where it's like, this is one of the struggles to becoming a student athlete, a college athlete, and I learned that. I got the full experience of that pretty early on in the season.
How I ran with you those final steps. I mean, I guess you forgot about it. It's fine.
Oh, you did run with me those final steps, and it made it a little bit easier.
It pushed my limits. I never understood mental and spiritual endurance. Being emotionally and spiritually, mentally pushed was my biggest challenge. Allowing God to just steer my day and steer my workouts and just steer my endurance, allowing Him to be my foundation, allowing Him to be my anchor, and just grabbing onto Him, knowing that, like, Lord, this is a lot, but it's fun. It was fun, but stressful.
Through the play, I feel like if we didn't have that intense preseason, then we'd probably look a little extra tired out there. So
I'm on my way right now to a bus that's going to take us to our first ever Regent men's volleyball game in franchise history. And it's going to be played in the town where my coach grew up, so no pressure.
In the back, but you could definitely.
All right, sweet.
That might be
Yeah. Keith, I'm going to come try to sit next to you.
Put this bag back here.
I got my own.
Yeah. I'm good right now.
What kind?
Hey, look how much you got.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Being a practice player, I never got to experience the traveling kind of days.
How do you feel that you're wet?
You can't. You don't have the. You don't have the sense. You don't have the sense to know that you're wet.
He's a troll. That's what this is. He's trolling.
Some animals know when they're touching water, and we don't. We don't. That's correct. Yeah, we're just using context.
What are you over here saying?
Thank you, Preston. No, I'm on their side.
Yeah,
I'm on their side.
He's a freshman.
Thank you, freshman.
I'll
Jackson, I know you're not talking right now.
And from everything I heard, and just knowing the guys on the team, I'm sure they were super fun.
It feels like a long time ago, but it also feels like yesterday just seeing you guys come out there, because we had no idea what to expect. We didn't have any film of the teams that we were going to play from this season. We only had old film, and we'd never put you guys out there in sixes until the night before that, which was wild. Some of the guys had never played sixes before, and then when we went to Averett and put you guys out on the court together, it just all kind of came together. It was so beautiful and so fun, and just such an exciting time for the program.
Yeah, we traveled up to Everett and we saw Warren Wilson and Everett play. We watched the first set, I think, and it was, I was a little bit surprised by the level of play. We had been preparing for a bit more of maybe higher level competition, and I think we kind of noticed immediately that they weren't very disciplined, their rosters were small, they just were a little bit kind of uncoordinated and stuff. And it was kind of true that that was the lowest competition we saw all year, but it was nice to get those first couple wins, get a confidence going, and see what we needed to work on that way. But the competition definitely got a lot more difficult from there.
It was just really cool, something I had never experienced playing in a college gym, playing against much harder opponents than I've ever played before. It was really cool, just a new experience that I've never gotten to have before, just playing at that high of a level. We ended up winning both games, which was great. It was really fun to start out the season 2-0.
Getting ready to serve it up. What could be a huge day for this program. Just one more point needed. This one up to Lopez, skied way high up in the air. Oakley saves it. Jenkins too strong, and that will do it. Regent University takes this one over Aver at 25-17 in the third set, and they sweep the Cougars 3-0.
Let's go!
I'm really excited. I'm really grateful, and I just thank the Lord for allowing us to be here. And just being here, but I thank the Lord for love and community and just this team. So, yeah.
Well, the first two were super special. As you were chatting with Coach Allen earlier, I was thinking back to us sitting in my hometown Mexican restaurant on top of the hill, just thinking about the fact that we won our first two games as a program, and that was just so special for me. It was even more special that it was in my hometown at my alma mater, and just seeing you guys come together and really have a team play happen that day, it was just so special.
Coach, how do you feel about the fact that we just smoked Everett and Warren Wilson in our first ever game as a Regent men's volleyball team?
I feel great. I couldn't be happier or more proud of this team, and it was even sweeter that our first program wins ever were at Everett, my alma mater. Love it.
We were down a couple people. It was the first time I played all the way around. It was kind of a rival for like the girls program too, and the coaches, like they really didn't like Carolina because like the girls had won and lost to them before, and the guys team had been pretty like chatty to the girls team in regards to like harping on them during a game. So like we came in there with a little bit of a grudge that way. And so we were down a couple people because they were sick, coaches were sick, and we played really well that first time. So that was probably like one of my favorite games.
You should be impressed that I can remember that far back to the EMU Lynchburg tri-match.
Coming in, we're 3-0. My expectations were blown away. I found our success to be more than what I thought the season was going to be. It seemed like every game that we played up until the Lynchburg and EMU tri-match, it got progressively harder. And Lynchburg is a really solid ODAC school. They're also a first-year program, and I knew it was probably going to be a tough match for us.
Don't suck. Don't suck.
I got plan D.
Oh, wait. Plan D? We got plan D here, dude. Hold on. Plan D. Look. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that.
Alright, that's all the plans we need.
While we win. Wow. That's it.
That's all the plans we need.
That should be plan A. Hold on, let's change this up. Let's go plan A. Plan A. That look good. Plan D at the top. Well, I mean, we don't even need to have that. Do we just need to have any of this? Like, you know, this is it. This is it. I think this is the ultimate goal right here. Look good while winning. Yeah, not get blurry.
I thought we were on a good little win streak. We had the momentum. We felt great going into it. We were all kind of working as a team, and you know, we knew we had to try super hard to have a successful victory during those two matches, having watched them prior. Lynchburg, I think, was probably one of our better games overall. We won in 5. Everybody was working together. It was a team aspect. Everybody put hustle in. We did have good parts and we had bad parts, and I think a big part of it was just despite having a couple errors during the Lynchburg game, we fought through the adversity and it really just shined.
The first set, after the first set, I think I probably said something about us getting embarrassed because we did not play Regent volleyball, and I knew that if we did play Regent volleyball, then we'd be successful. And I feel like the words that I spoke, they were encouraging and motivating, and we took care of business. We went out there. I think we either won the next set, or if we didn't, we won the next 3. But we did end up winning the Lynchburg match. I think we wanted it more, and we played Regent volleyball, and the outcome was successful.
And even with EMU, I think we lost in 3. They had one big hitter, and obviously we have a really small height-wise team. So that one big hitter was able to hit over top of us, which is unfortunate, but we still competed very well against them, and it showed for later in the season where we still faced people who were able to hit over our block, but we learned from those mistakes and we moved forward with them. They fought. It was a very hard-fought game, let's put it that way. Seeing how we was able to take a team to 5 sets as a first-year program blew my mind.
They won the first 2 sets. We rallied, won the next 2. We also forced them down to a shootout, and then we lost the final set. So that was a heartbreaker because we lost 3-2. We could have beaten them that time. We lost by 3 points in that final set.
Lynchburg still needs just 1. Where do they go on the first set? Let's see. Good serve. Got to go somewhere. Oh, ooh. Very nice. Capping off, taking care of the overpass. It was Bryce Jackson again. Beg your pardon, Bryce Jackson handling the overpass and handling the game. Lynchburg wins it 25-20. It is a straight set victory for the Hornets. It took about an hour and 15 minutes. They did it in front of a very appreciative home crowd.
I would say the lowest low was just dealing with knee injuries and the fatigue that comes with the season while in a 7-game losing streak.
When you're building a culture, you typically go through different phases. There's normally 4 different phases, and we would call that phase of building the culture the storming phase. And I think that we definitely stormed, and we stormed really hard. It was challenging. I think it was challenging for me as a coach because I am a fixer by nature, and so I just wanted to, no matter what, get into the gym after the loss and work to figure out whatever the problem was. And I think that was a really good time for the team. We approached it a little bit differently than we had with the girls. We asked you guys a lot what the problem was, like what can we do to help you, and every time you guys gave us good feedback, and then I would go sit down and work on some practice plans for the next week. And inevitably when we would get back in the gym, we would work through and fix those problems. It doesn't mean we would be perfect in those the next time we would play, but I think it was a really good time of just kind of like letting you guys take ownership of what was going on the court, and then us just really being there to facilitate you as young athletes trying to work through some of those problems.
And you know, my low was, I think it was like the 3rd or the 4th game. We had a 7-game loss streak, but I think around the 4th or 5th game, it was just really taking a toll on me. Like, man, I know we're so much better, but the hardest part was just repeatedly losing to teams. And that was hard, but we turned it around at the end.
That trip was very special to me because I'm from Pennsylvania, so a lot of the guys haven't been to Philadelphia. I think some of them hadn't even been in Pennsylvania at that point. It was fun because I knew about more of the cool places that you could visit in Philadelphia. I knew some of the better Philly cheesesteak places, even though we didn't go to one of my suggestions.
Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, so excited.
Did you recommend this?
Hi Dale, how are we feeling?
I'm ready to bust down on these Philly cheesesteaks. Like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Come on, let's go.
But it was just really cool to see the other guys enjoy things that I've been able to witness multiple times in Philadelphia, and for me to see my parents for the first time all season, because it's just a little bit of a drive for them to come down to Virginia Beach. So it was just an awesome experience to be close to home and see people that are close to me. So yeah, it was a cool experience. One of the best team bonding experience, I'd say.
There's a whole pre-process we did to get ready for senior night. Cut to that now.
Currently working on a poster for the one and only Father Abraham, Aaron Campbell. I got on bubble letter duty, which it's a good thing it's in pencil and we have another side because it's not going the most fantastic right now, but just trying my best to celebrate our team captain, Aaron Campbell, for senior day.
We're hard at work, giving our best for Aaron. We are some of the best creative minds at Regent University, actually. Right here, we got this is a one of a kind bubble letter drawing by the one and only Josh Bissell. So just with this, I feel like we're off to a great start playing in this senior night for Aaron. So
again, Randolph. Gosh, I had to make sure I was locked in for the Randolph game. But having the senior day, just walking in, and everyone kind of tried being sneaky, even though I coached the girls team, so I know it was going to happen. But they showed up earlier than they told me to show up, and just walking in and everyone being super excited and encouraging and just welcoming in me when I walked in, I thought was super awesome. All the posters and stuff that you guys made were great. And then even when I got to walk out with my wife and just to stand there with the coaches and then with you guys was, I think, a great ending to the season, and just knowing that, wow, like the season's over pretty much. I mean, we had a couple games left, but even though the season was pretty much over, like you could look behind you and see like the huge family that you just created just within one season, and building off of that.
It's just a good time. We got to celebrate Aaron, and he only had 1 year, so make the most of it. And then we played Randolph, and we played probably the best 2 sets of volleyball that Jim has ever seen, and definitely that this program has ever seen.
I don't remember the exact plays that happened, but I do remember that the fan base was hype.
We were on it. Like I said, Randolph is an ODAC school, they're not pushover. And then meanwhile, you have this ragtag group of guys who all but one have never played college volleyball in their life, come together and put on a show for a home crowd. And we won the first 2 sets. We beat them pretty well the first set. We beat them by 2 the next set. It's close. And we wanted revenge. And then the winds begin to shift, as so they often do. And Randolph beat us the next 2 sets. And so once again, it came down to a final 5th set.
People were shaking the stands, everyone was getting hype, and it was a lot more fun than playing in some other stands where when you lose a point, people are cheering. This is a very, very welcome change of pace. I have never played for a crowd that big before. And people actually like knowing my name, my friends showing up. Tennis is, maybe you're lucky if your parent shows up, but being in like a team sport where people don't know you also, but they're still rooting for your team is really fun experience, and I'm really glad I was part of it.
We were trying to get the emotions right, whatever that was, to get in the right mindset, because we lost last time in the 5th set, but of course that doesn't dictate, when you win. Unfortunately, it did not happen, and we once again lost in full 5 sets to Randolph, 3-2. And that was heartbreaking, especially since it was, senior night for Aaron. So we were all kind of distraught after that, but sometimes that's how it works. We played really good volleyball for 2 of those sets. There was definitely, things to be proud of from those games. And that was senior night, and that was our last home game, was against Randolph.
But the second one, it was heartbreaking. Love Aaron and Kobe and Jackson and Aubrey, but that game, the second Randolph game, was very heartfelt, because for Aaron, it was his last home game, and I didn't do it for me. I didn't do it for my stats. I did it because it was his last home game, and I care for him really much so.
Hey guys, felt fitting to end this similar to how it all started. So I'm back here walking again to the van that will take us to play against Carolina and then the blue field. These next 40 hours should be kind of crazy, and they will determine whether we get into nationals or not. So, no pressure.
Shut up!
Washington has a sick mascot. I'm transferring.
It's automatically kicked out of all songs. But it would hit negative and
Winning against Carolina was something that was a high and a low. We lost a set to them, which we shouldn't have done.
Carolina was getting very desperate at the end with like hitting straight into blocks because they thought they were too cool, and they thought they could hit over me. But when I was consciously working on my footwork, because we've done it a million times and sometimes it gets subconscious, when you slow it down and you just think, I can get this one block, that really helped. I noticed that a few times.
Yeah, it's a lot at stake. I think we had a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I think that built up from, of course, what the season held with our record going into those last 2 games, going against Carolina. Needing a sweep, I actually didn't even realize we needed a sweep there. I just felt like we just needed a win.
Muscle memory is good and all, but sometimes you have to step in and say, let me put my all into this. I can actually like full jump, full get my hands over the net, and it seemed to work out for that game at least.
And so needing a sweep and also needing to beat Bluefield, a team we kind of struggled to play the first time, it was tough. And playing them back-to-back away, again, having that a lot of those factors to tie into the pressure that we already had on ourselves as a team.
It was just tough because I felt like I was trying to push the team and get out of some tough situations that we couldn't get out of, and that pattern, although we won that game, that last set of the Carolina game, that pattern kind of continued in that Bluefield game.
See how this goes.
All right, good first serve. Goes outside, Kyle.
Kyle
with the
Pietrzak
kill.
doing what he does best. That's kill.
It was just like a this is it kind of experience where I knew I'm not going to have another game to play for college volleyball unless it's coaching. And I kind of just went out there, and I think we started off not great. I think I got blocked a couple times.
Back to Patty, back to Kyle.
Dig from Regent, hit from number 8.
What a block.
Block from number 12, General.
I was like, wow, that's a pretty big block that they didn't have last time. But I think knowing it was my last game kind of gave me the relaxation of just knowing the only thing that matters is Christ. And so if I'm able to just glorify him with whatever I have left of college volleyball, it was something nice that I could give back to him and just glorify him despite whatever the score was. And so I think that actually helped me overcome those first couple points that we had during Bluefield.
And with Bluefield, it just ended up being something that we fought through. We never gave them points. We never gave them sets. They had to earn it. And so I think that was just a telltale for our team throughout the whole season. The teams had to earn it. There was never anything that we gifted to a team. They had to earn it.
I really could say that I felt like I left everything on the court.
All right, middle's got. Oh, great mix up by Regent. Set straight to middle.
Caesar Batunga.
No blockers. There we go.
It's just sometimes things don't go your way, and they had a great team of pin hitters.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
What a kill from Monty Williams.
And we just couldn't keep up with them. That's how it happens sometimes. But I was very frustrated in those first few sets of that last game. But being able to kind of reflect on it in that last game, and just knowing that the Lord has looked over us and blessed us with the opportunity that we've had this season, I had a lot of peace in that last set, and no regrets of the season or anything that I did that game, and just to recognize the accomplishments that we made as a team with the group of brothers that I got to play along with. So it was a mix of emotions, but something that was really a blessing to be able to experience, and that I got to reflect on that in that last game.
That's open.
We're all here, except Lucas, so you can run. Oh, my back. Come back down. Show yourself.
Okay, it's not a car accident. You're just parking wrong.
You can't park that, sir.
But like, you know, I don't wish that a car accident happens, but I just don't think. Oh, come on, baby.
All right, moment's over, I guess. I missed it.
Dang, dude. I didn't know who started.
And I got on camera. Let's go! I'm gonna let it fly.
All right, Coach. End of the season, final loss to Bluefield. How are we feeling?
Nostalgic, proud, a little sad, a little mad, all the things, I think. I think a lot of things come with a season ending, but especially like a first year season ending, there's a lot of emotions.
Yep. So, looking back, what are your thoughts on the season as a whole?
So proud. I feel like we've experienced so much growth, you know, both on the court, but also off the court. We got to talk a lot today about like the spiritual growth that we've had, and it's just been so special, and building these relationships and building this program has just been probably one of the hardest but best things I've ever gotten to be a part of.
That is true, yeah. A couple of times this year, I've had some like random girls from one of the schools like try to follow me, and I just decline, and no, I'm good.
Mr. Campbell, sorry. How do you feel about the win today?
Good.
How do you feel about the fact that we swept 2 teams in our first ever appearance as a Regent men's volleyball team?
Better than good.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Jackson, aka Batman. My voice is really hoarse right now, but we just won 2 back-to-back sweeps. Sweeps. I can't say sweeps because my voice can't go higher. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
At church one day, he said, "Did you hear Regent's starting a men's volleyball team?" This was like spring 2024. I'm cooked. I'm not making this team if they already signed people. And I was like, nah, this is never gonna happen. They already have a full roster. I heard that they had like 10 people, and I was like, I'm cooked. And then I don't have Instagram, so someone told me. Eventually, I was like, I can probably handle it. And I put my name in. We want you for the team. Sweet.
Got the fire alarm going on right now. Maximus, what do you think? We're trying to film the documentary.
Hey man, they're trying to hold us back from a great documentary, but it's okay. We're just gonna still get it done.
This is a setback, but you know, this is what makes a man right here. How do you react to these tough situations? How do you overcome this and achieve greatness? And we're about to find that out, so stay tuned. How do you react?